Hi everyone, it's EstaRa with a message for you today. Today is Friday, June 9th, 2017, and I'm here with a full moon message. I promised I would do a card reading yesterday, so here is the card reading. I hope it helps you. I hope the information yesterday helped. If you did not have an opportunity to listen to the previous video, please, 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 by all means, check it out because I feel like there's some really good, valuable information for everyone. And then I had asked for confirmation that what I was getting was actually making sense for like all of humanity and accurate for me too. And so last evening I watched a movie and it showed exactly what I was talking about. It just reminded me of what is happening in terms of the divine masculine. So I feel like there's some good information there. Please check it out and listen. All right, so I'm going to do a quick reading for you. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the cards because, first of all, I always ramble, and you all know that, and I don't want to do that for you. I'd rather not torture you on a Friday, which is a beautiful sunny day, at least here in Connecticut. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for divine. I pulled cards yesterday, showed you that I pulled them, but I haven't read them. So today I'm turning them over, and we have one for the divine masculine, one for the divine feminine, and one for the union, the couple. And this is the full moon energy that these cards are about. Yesterday, I briefly mentioned that we are closing a cycle as of June 11th. It begins the closing of the cycle and it'll last over about 10 to 12 days. And then we'll move into the new energy, new cycle, and that is this the summer solstice. Well, up here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's summer solstice, so it's solstice energy that's going to be bringing in the new cycle. And it feels really, really powerful. So if you are attuned to feeling the energy, you're probably feeling some stuff now. Okay, so let's turn over the card for the divine masculine. Oh, and I'm getting reminded to remind you about the energy body upgrade that I am performing on Sunday, June 11th. If you are interested, there's a link below inside my description, and you can click on that and purchase it for you and your twin. All you need to do is just purchase one time and then email me your name and your twin's name, and both of you will be placed on this upgrade. They're really powerful when I do energy buddy upgrades. This one particularly is about the closings and the clearing out. So I'm not sure what it's going to entail, but my guides had me actually shift it from today to Sunday specifically because of what they shared with me about the ending of the cycle. I'm also getting, there's like a time shift that's going on as well. So there's something with that for this weekend. So, wow. Whew, welcome to the full moon energy and the full moon reading. Okay, so let's turn over the divine masculine first. That's what we have. We have 5 of crystals, and this is a really cute card. I love it, and it makes me happy. Let me show it to you. You can see there's like little gnome there, and he's in his tree house. He's decorating it. To me, when I see this up here, I know to all of you it may not make sense what I'm about to say, but to me that's what I see when I look at this card. I see that as a clock, as a fine-tuning of time, and which goes along with what I just said about a time shift and the closing of a cycle. Wow, that's really interesting. So when I look at this card, I see a little gnome, and he is getting the clock attuned and aligned, and I see music. This is a musical note coming out of his mouth. Let me bring that a little bit closer. So he's got a musical note coming, there we go, coming out of his mouth. He's singing. To me, he is creating the time with his tune, if you will. And that's like beginning to listen. The divine masculine is beginning to listen to his inner tune, and he is adjusting himself as well as the high beings that are surrounding them are creating the new timeline, or shifting the timeline and bringing them into alignment of where they're supposed to be next. So this feels really positive and really good to me right now. I love the energy with this. So I'm getting really clearly that with this timeline thing, the alignment that's happening and the timing, it's bringing everything into divine timing and divine alignment. What I'm getting is the divine masculine really is listening to his own tune. And as he's beginning to listen from within him versus outside, it's still wreaking havoc in his world. Again, I say he, but we all know that I don't mean definitely a male energy. It's just a masculine expression, whoever's expressing the masculine energy. So to me, he's having this internal struggle because he's starting to listen to his own tune, and he looks outside and it doesn't make sense. And here he's trying to fix it. He's trying to make it make sense. And what's interesting, if you take away that one ball, it would be out of balance, wouldn't it? Because it's a 5-star, it's a 5-pointed star. And so if you got rid of that little ball of light, then you're kind of out of balance. You're missing something here. So he's learning what he's missing and he's fixing it. and it's coming from inside out, and that's what the music is about, the sound, the creation energy that he's moving into. And what's cool is the energy coming is like the creation energy that's coming. So that's very powerful for the divine masculine. All right, let's see what we have going on here. Divine feminine energy. Let's pull that card. Divine feminine is 2 of Wands. So let's look at that card right there. If you can see that, we have the divine feminine energy. She's looking into the water and she's seeing a reflection of herself. What I'm getting specifically for this divine feminine card is not what I usually get when I look at this card. What I'm actually getting today for this specific thing is the divine feminine is looking inside of herself, recognizing her divine masculine is in there. He's not out here. He's like in here. He's inside. So recognizing that, it's like a whole new revelation coming in that is pouring into the divine feminine, recognizing that she doesn't need to look outside, that she just needs to close her eyes, go into her heart, and he's right there inside of her. So when I look at this card, I find that to be really powerful. And what that tells me is that the divine feminine is moving more into herself and into her truth and recognizing that. I also feel like closing that cycle that is coming on Sunday, that closing as a result of this full moon energy, that cycle closing is about closing misconceptions that maybe we've been living on and believing. You know, in humanity, in our physical reality, we often believe what we see, right? But we know inside of ourselves that believe what we see inside is actually what it comes down to. And we have to learn to trust that. And a lot of us have been kind of going back and forth between the two worlds. And so for me to look at this card, I feel like she is learning to navigate the two worlds and recognizing that what's inside of her is her truth. And also what's inside of her, despite what appears on the outside, is the truth still. So that's the divine feminine. I love this card for her. She's beautiful. Oh, it's really wonderful, actually. Now going into the couple, the union, the divine masculine, feminine together, and the relationship. So I pull a card for the 2. And so the card I pulled, 10 of Hearts. It's a beautiful card. It's a mermaid, if you can see, holding up a rainbow, and there's 10 hearts. To me, that is balance. But when I also see the rainbow, I always, the water's in the background. When I look at this card, what comes to me about this is the divine masculine and feminine are they're working at finding their inner balance. And I feel like it's balancing out the energies. So here we're closing out a cycle of being in chaos, because we've kind of been in chaos for quite a while. So we're closing out that cycle and we're bringing the energy back into balance. And that's what this is coming to, bringing our individual energy into a balance so that together we can be that balance that we are. And I talked about that yesterday in the video about the percentage of what's divine feminine in me, what's divine masculine in me, what's divine feminine in my twin, and what's divine masculine inside my twin. That has a lot to do with this card. I feel like it's finding that balance and recognizing it takes more. Like the rainbow to me it's more than just thinking it. It's like the whole emotion, the feeling behind it, the energy around it, and everything in your life that brings that too. So I love this card. It makes me feel love. I feel all these winged hearts. To me, those are signs of what's to come. And I feel like when you hold energy like that, like the mermaid's holding in her hands, when you hold the energy like this, it's like you're in power, you're in control, and you're creating. And to me, this is a really big creation card. So to me, it's like creating the union and making it happen and allowing it to come in and receiving it. Because again, heart energy is about learning to give and receive, which is what we fail to do often. We forget to receive. So I love these cards. This is really beautiful. And I hope that it helps you on your journey for this full moon weekend. I hope you have a blessed weekend, a happy day. And please do check out the links below and check out the video from yesterday if you haven't seen it. And I will be back at some point, but I wish you a blessed union, a happy weekend, and namaste.